Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensei Pink and I'm coming back to you guys for my review on the Kiss Bet episode 40. Make sure that you guys go follow me on both Instagram and Twitter and hit that subscribe and notification button to see more weekly videos. Kicking off this episode, we are brought to Oliver, who just noticed Sarah after his phone combo. As the two of them greet each other, Sarah tells Ollie that she's gonna walk next to him since she's going in that direction, obviously she lives there, and that she's gonna make some light conversation, so not to be awkward. Speaking of awkward, Sarah begins to apologize for dragging Oliver into her mess the other day. But Oliver then begins to tell her that it's all cool since he volunteered to help her. After clearing that up, Sarah then begins asking Oliver a few questions, and at first, he's short on his answers with her, but then she strikes a nerve when asking about his mom's wedding. Our man Ollie then begins to spill all the tea by revealing that number one, he doesn't like the guy, number two, she's getting married for a third time, and number three, she barely knows him. He continues spilling the tea by saying he's sure her fiance is only in it for the money, and that at first Joe was so upset he decided to pack up and leave, and then without Joe there to keep the peace, he decided to leave as well and move in with Joe's dad. Now since Oliver spilled a little too much tea, Sarah begins to ask Oliver about Mr. Yang being his dad, and although he's a bit reluctant, he lets her know that Joe's dad isn't his. After all this tea has been spilled, he tells Sarah that they're supposed to be having a lighthearted conversation, and this isn't lighthearted. Sarah then tells Oliver that, maybe it's because we're friends, since they've been through so much together, and Oliver kind of agrees, making Sarah gleeful and happy that they are friends. Oliver then agrees that they're friends, making Sarah cheer, but he cuts her off by stating only when she can beat him at math. As these two have some comical back and forth as we cut away from them, we are then brought to Patrick, who is now leaving the class and thinking about Vicky's words and everything that happened with Sarah. Thinking about how Vicky told him in the tea shop he better get on his game, and his failure in kissing Sarah, thinking that because she wanted it, and Sarah's own feelings for him because he kissed her because he thought that's what she wanted. He mulls over how confusing she is. As Sarah Lynn has gotten Patrick in a tizzy, we then end off this episode with Patrick as he's all up in his thoughts, walking down the hallway, and he notices a flyer for Lulu's prediction or whatever services on the board. Now, I greatly appreciated this episode. I love that Oliver spilled a little tea to Sarah Lynn. Maybe it was unconsciously or unintentionally, but that just goes to show that he has a little bit more comfortability towards her, which is a plus in my book. Also, I must say that I am surprised to find out that Joe and Oliver do not have the same dad. I really thought that Oliver maybe took his looks from his mom, since we did see his sister in a past episode in the beginning when they showed when he left their mom's house, and her and Joe look alike, so I really thought that he just looked like his mom a lot more. But since Oliver has a different daddy, I really can't wait until we get into their family dynamics. And lastly, I really wonder what kind of prediction do you guys think if Patrick goes to see Lulu, what do you think that she's going to tell him? Because I feel like she might just tell him a little bit about his rivals, and maybe that might light a little fire under his butt. But let me know what you guys think is going to happen with that in the comments below. Go follow me on both Instagram and Twitter, and smash that like button if you enjoyed watching. And finally guys, hit that subscribe and notification button to see more of me, Sensei Pink.